It's happening. 7-figure gibber is taking on Jakey.
After a massive, what would you say, like public demand?
Oh,
basically.
yeah, basically. This is essentially happening because Eddie Hearn has been
I reckon he's been on Twitter and he's
chased.
gone, or Instagram, whatever, and he's gone, Christ.
Yeah, I've got to do this.
Yeah.
Because, like, Anesongib, right, as a YouTuber, hasn't got a great deal going for him. He's a FIFA YouTuber who, I mean, I've watched him in the past. I think he's very much, his target audience is teenagers.
Right.
Kind of those, like sort of teenager, silly, funny jokes that he kind of plays. I think as his, like, viewership has grown older, he hasn't changed his style of videos to match them. So I feel like as a YouTuber now, I personally wouldn't watch him, but this could be really good for him.
Yeah, I mean, I have never really watched him until, I mean, what would it have been, about 18 months ago when the whole, like, KSI Logan Paul started?
Yeah.
And I just say, obviously, he then, you know, had this hype created with Jake Paul, and you sort of think, that's when I kind of knew of him, but I never really looked into him a lot.
No, so I knew, I'm trying to think I noticed him maybe from, like, Calix videos and Cal Freezy videos more than anything.
Yeah.
Like, he's a funny bloke. He is funny.
Yeah.
He's very good at playing the humour against himself,
right? Yeah,
as opposed to like making jokes and punchlines. But I think, from what I've seen boxing wise, he's very good.
I can't comment.
So what's he? Has he had 2 fights now? Was he on the Joe Weller undercard?
You know, he might have been.
So I think he was on the Joe Weller undercard.
Yeah, definitely on. No, because he wasn't on the KSI Logan Paul one. Oh, was he on the first one?
He was on the first one. He was on the first. He went against Jay Swingler, the TGF bro guy. And and that fight went the distance that he won on points.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened in the original or whether he fought at all. Someone in the comments let us know. Did he fight in that first fight? But the whole, like, calling Jake Paul out, Jake Paul saying, "Oh no, I'm going to fight KSI," and Eddie Hearn just goes in an interview and says he's going to have to go through 7-figure gibber first, and that's like, if Eddie Hearn has said that, you're not going to get the fight.
But the thing is with Eddie Hearn, he's clever enough to know that that's what everyone wants.
That is 100%.
So why would you do anything other than that? Like, if if Jake Paul and KSI is the sort of not end goal, but you know, if
end goal for Jake,
I
don't think KSI gives a second.
Or even I don't know whether KSI sort of want to box anyone after. Probably would, but if he would actually box anyone after Jake Paul, I don't know. But I think if that is sort of the end goal for Eddie Hearn, you may as well. It's kind of like Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. They're not going to put themselves. He's not going to put them against each other straight away.
No,
because he's got at least 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights that he could have beforehand.
Yeah, you make money from each of those fights, leading up to making a lot of money on that last fight.
But the thing is, as well, not only is it sort of Joshua, I guess, bringing himself up to that point to Fury, but effectively, when that fight happens, there is a potential that one of their careers are then ended. Yeah. So you wouldn't want to end someone's career, because, especially Eddie Hearn, because he wants to then make money, doesn't he? So if he ends someone's career, it might be a good fight or might be good entertainment, whatever. And
that one fight would make a lot of money, but he loses the
thinking,
chance, doesn't he, to make loads of money before that even happens, because. It's like with the Night King versus Jon Snow. Yeah. You didn't see that fight happen in season 1 of Game of Thrones, did you?
Otherwise you wouldn't get another 7, 8 seasons.
7, 8 seasons. You build up to a climax. Yeah. Like with everything in life, Jack, you build up to a climax.
You do.
And I think that having this fight, to be fair, it could stop him gaining more money, because if Gib wins, do you see Gib fighting KSI? Doesn't make any sense to me.
No, I mean, I think the biggest attraction to all of it is the sort of genuine feelings between, say, KSI and Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Like, they pretty much hated each other.
Oh, they absolutely hate each other.
They probably respect each other, but they definitely hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at Gibber and Jake, and I don't know whether it's not the same sort of level.
No.
But I think Gibber's sort of invested himself so much into it.
Oh yeah, it's what all he's living and breathing at the moment.
Jake's kind of tried playing it off and not actually
being bothered.
You know, yeah, but it's kind of. I think he kind of has to now. I think, like you were saying, Eddie Hearn's come out and said, "You're not going to fight KSI. You're fighting Gibber."
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well, the only thing that I've seen Jake Paul try and do to offend Anesongib is say that he's got a big nose.
Yeah.
And that's literally his name backwards.
I think,
that's the whole point.
He tweeted it, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was like, "What a coincidence" or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Anesongib's like, yeah, I think that was kind of the point there.
That's quite literally the reason that I've got that name.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be good. I can see the fight doing well. I don't think it'll do as well as the Logan Paul versus KSI one. Even the first Logan Paul versus KSI one, view-wise, solely because they put it on. I think they put it on the same time as the Super Bowl.
Christ.
Or it's on Super Bowl weekend.
Right.
So I feel like Americans in particular, and some UK fans of American football, will be so kind of washed out with watching sport by that point. They probably won't want to watch it. But I mean, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how well it does. I'm not sure. Who do you think is going to win that fight? Because this will probably be we'll have maybe one more podcast after this before that fight happens. But
yeah, when is it? Early Feb or?
It is 30th of Jan.
30th, right.
I think. Don't quote me.
See, the problem is they've both, well, not problem, but they've both won. So in a sense, you know, you can't really go off previous victories.
Yeah.
I've not seen them enough to sort of know who's a better boxer or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
physicality, you'd go with Jake because he looks a bit more built,
more mobile,
more physically fit.
I obviously want Gib to win.
Yeah,
that would be sort of, I guess, the happy ending to the fairy tale or whatever you want to call it.
But that's what happens with these fights. Like, it is all UK versus US. That's what it's been from the start, and I think that this is kind of continuing that trend. And everyone in the UK is going to be behind Gib, regardless of what Jake says about his sub count or whatnot.
Yeah.
Anesongib has got KSI's,
well, he's probably doing better.
Whole of the Sidemen's, Calix's. Yeah, Jake's video did nothing on this fight. But I think that.
See, you were saying earlier that it'll help Gib out. It'll probably help Jake out as well.
Depending on what happens.
Well, short term it would help him.
Short term it'll definitely help him, but I think
true.
there's a chance that if he loses, and I've said this in a video that's going up in a couple of days about YouTube predictions for the year.
Yeah.
If he loses and Gib wins, Jake will then try and stay relevant and claw back any sort of like fame that he had.
Yeah.
And I reckon he'll make a Logan Paul level mistake. We're obviously talking about something Logan did a couple of years ago now, but I think Jake has it in him to not be thinking straight, try to clinch onto any fame, because he is very fame hungry.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, I can't speak from previous experience, but I can only assume that once you get that sort of taste for it, then you can't sort of get rid of it, I guess.
No. So like he's going to be so like
constant
I need
hunger for like you said, basically to stay relevant, really.
And I think he'll fight for that so much that he will make a colossal mistake.
Yeah, I mean it's entirely you wouldn't want him to, but it is entirely possible.
No, I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but I just feel like he's that stupid.
Yeah,
essentially.
And I guess with that, not only him but also his team.
Yeah, I don't think he's got the team like.
I mean, by all accounts, he's basically got a few sort of yes men round him.
Mm-hmm.
So if he did do something on that sort of scale and then wanted to then upload it or whatever,
I don't think they would say no to him. I don't think they would have the guts to go, I don't think that's a good idea, mate. I don't think you should upload that video right now. And I think that probably they'll just be like, yeah, go on, upload that, mate. It's well funny, it's well good, yeah. And then it'll just go all up in his face.